before starting the histology of esophagus, we have to know some general histological feature of the GIT. Okay, the wall of GIT consists of four folds. Four folds of the wall of GIT. Okay, mucosa. Inner one is the mucosa, then submucosa. Board is clear or not? Okay, okay. So, okay. Innermost layer is the mucosa, then submucosa. Third one is the muscularis externa. Okay. Third one is the muscularis externa. And fourth or outermost layer is adventitia or serosa. Okay. Now we will discuss one by one. Cystic of mucosa, then submucosa, and then muscularis externa, and the adventitia or serosa. So first of all, mucosa. Okay. I am drawing a picture to show the general histology of GIT. Okay. If you have any confusion, then mucosa is the innermost layer and it is further divided into three layers. Innermost layer of the mucosa is lining epithelium. Lining epithelium. Epithelium. Okay? Lining epithelium. Innermost layer of the mucosa is the lining epithelium. Then also to the lining epithelium is the lamina propria. Okay? And third layer of the mucosa is muscularis, muscularis mucosae. So, power. Hello. Okay. Okay. So, mucosa has the three layer. Inner one is the lining epithelium, then lamina propria, and third layer of the mucosa is the muscularis mucosae. So, the in then come to the lining epithelium. Okay. So in whole of the GIT, lining epithelium is more or less mostly lining epithelium is the simple columnar. Okay. But in case of the esophagus and the anal canal, so lining epithelium is mostly columnar. Okay. Mostly columnar except esophagus and anal canal, in which the lining epithelium is stratified squamous, non-keratinized epithelium. It's the lining of the lining epithelium has a two exception. in the GIT, one esophagus and other one is the anal canal. So in both, in esophagus and in anal canal, lining epithelium is a stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. And a whole of the GIT has the lining epithelium in simple columnar. Now come to the lamina propria. Lamina propria consists of the loose connective tissue. It consists of the loose connective tissue and it contains the gland. That is the mucosal gland, which arises from the mucosa. That is the mucosal gland present in the lamina propria, which secrete a secretion in the lumen and lubricate the inner lining of the interior of the gut, lubricated by the gland, that is the mucosal gland, which present in the lamina propria and also present in the submucosa. Okay, so lamina propria consists of the loose connective tissue and its contain glands and lymph nodes. Third layer of the mucosa is muscularis mucosa, which is consists of smooth muscles and arranged in two layers in whole of the GIT. Innermost is the circular. Innermost is the circular, and that means the muscularis mucosa has two layers. Inner one is the circular layer, and outer one is the longitudinal layer. Okay, any confusion? Am I audible? Okay, okay. Then mucosa has the muscularis mucosa has and consists of the smooth muscles and that muscles fiber arranged in two layers. Inner layer is the circular layer and outer one layer is the longitudinal layer. Okay, but exception is the esophagus in which smooth muscle arranged in single layer, that is the longitudinal layer. So for the muscularis mucosa, exception is the esophagus in case of the GIT. Excuse me. Okay. So these three layers, lining epithelium, lamina propria, and the muscularis mucosa. This three layers belongs to the mucosa. Next one is the submucosa. Next one is the submucosa. Submucosa surrounds the mucosa, that is like orchard to the mucosa. Submucosa is present orchard to the mucosa and it consists of the fibroelastic connective tissue. So it's also contain blood vessels and mucosal gland. Gland. Submucosa contains glands in some region. This gland has a specific name. Like in esophagus, submucosal gland is known as the esophageal gland proper, and in duodenum, that is known as the Brunner's gland. Orchard to the submucosa is the muscularis externa. Next one is the muscularis externa. Next one is the muscularis externa. Muscularis externa. In most of the part of the GIT consists of smooth muscles and muscle fiber arranged in two layers, two or three layers. Inner one is the circular. Inner one is the circular other one is the longitudinal. Muscularis mucosae. Muscularis externa is for the peristaltic movement of the gut. Its function is the contraction of the muscles of the muscularis externa. Muscle fiber leads to the peristaltic movement of the gut. So the muscularis externa, it consists of smooth muscles in most of the GI part of the GI, most of part of the GIT, but in case of the esophagus, skeletal muscles also present. Okay, so we will study later in the esophagus that in case of the esophagus, muscularis externa is divided into esophagus divided in three parts according to the skeletal fibers. It's according to the muscle fibers. Like in upper one third, that is present skeletal muscle fiber, in middle skeletal and smooth muscle fiber, and lower one third of the esophagus, smooth muscle fiber present. An outermost layer of the gut. Outermost layer of the gut is adventitia or serosa. Now, here I use the two terms, adventitia or serosa. So, outermost coat of the GIT consists of loose connective tissue. And in the region of the GIT, where the loose connective tissue covered with peritoneum, so then there we will use the term serosa. And in the region where peritoneum absent, then there outermost for the outermost layer we use the adventitia. So fourth foot is the adventitia or serosa. Okay, adventitia term used where the peritoneum absent. Where loose connective tissue present without peritoneum, then we will use the term adventitia, or where the loose connective tissue covered with the peritoneum, then there we will use the term serosa. Okay, so these are the general histological feature of the GIT. That means GIT is a tubular structure. First of all, we have to look for the tubular structure. In case of in slide, we see that it is a tubular or not. If it is a tubular structure, then we look for the coating of the coats of the gut wall. So in case of the GIT, there are four coats: mucosa, that is the innermost layer, then submucosa. Outer to the submucosa is the muscularis externa, and outermost layer is the adventitia or serosa. Okay, so these are the general histological feature of the GIT. Now come to the histology of esophagus. Today we will discuss about the esophagus and histology of esophagus. Histology of esophagus. Have you any confusion? Okay. Right. Okay. Then we move to esophagus. Okay. So next is the histology of esophagus. Histology of esophagus. No. First of all, about the esophagus. Esophagus is a muscular tube like a structure. Muscular tube like a structure. It starts from the pharyngeal junction. Okay, so esophagus extends from the pharynx to cardiac orifice. Cardiac orifice of stomach. Okay, so esophagus start at the pharyngeal-esophageal junction at the level of which vertebra? At the level of esophagus start at the level of C6 vertebra. Okay, that is at the level of cricoid cartilage. So it starts at the level of C6 vertebra. Okay, and cardiac orifice present at level of which vertebra? T11. So extension of esophagus is C6 to T11. Okay, so esophagus start at the level of C6 vertebra, that is at the level of cricoid cartilage. Then it moved onward, entered into the thorax, it passes through the superior and posterior mediastinum and pierces the diaphragm. At which level? At which level esophageal opening project? At the level of the T10 vertebra. Okay, T10 vertebra. Then it's entered into the abdominal cavity and end at the level of the cardiac orifice of the stomach. This is the more general anatomical extension of the esophagus. Okay, so it extends from the pharynx to the cardiac orifice of the stomach, and it extends from the C6 vertebra to T11 vertebra. So, as the esophagus starts in the neck region, passes through the thorax and enter into the abdominal cavity. So it has the three parts. Esophagus has the three parts. Cervical part. Total length of the esophagus is 25 centimeter. Total length of the esophagus is 25 centimeter, and it's divided into three parts: cervical, thoracic, and abdominal part. Cervical part extends from the lower border of the C6 vertebra or lower border of C6 vertebra or lower border of cricoid cartilage to the Manuverna, superior border of the Manuverna externa. So cervical part extension of cervical part from lower border of the cricoid cartilage to the superior border of cricoid cartilage to superior border of Manuverna externa. Esophageal opening in the diaphragm. That is at the level of T10. Then abdominal part. Abdominal part extends from the esophageal opening in the diaphragm to the cardiac orifice. Cardiac orifice of the stomach. Okay, at the level of the T11. So length of the cervical part is 4 centimeter. Length of the thoracic part is 20 centimeter. And length of the abdominal part is approximately 1 centimeter. So these are the three parts of the esophagus. And these three parts have the different blood supply, different venous drainage, and different lymphatic drainage. Okay? So blood supply of the So blood supply of the cervical part is inferior. Now come to the blood supply. I am discussing about the esophagus in brief. Blood supply of the esophagus. Cervical part is supplied by the inferior thyroid artery. Inferior thyroid artery. Thoracic part is supplied by the esophageal branch of descending thoracic aorta, descending aorta and bronchial arteries. And abdominal part is supplied by the esophageal branch of gastric artery. Left gastric artery and inferior phrenic artery. So these are the blood supply of the different part of the esophagus. Now venous drainage. Venous drainage of the cervical part is the inferior thyroid vein. Inferior thyroid vein. Venous drainage of thoracic part into the hemizygous and azygous vein. And venous drainage of abdominal part into the hemizygous vein and left gastric vein. Left gastric vein. So these are the venous drainage of the different part of the esophagus. Now come to the lymphatic drainage. Lymphatic drainage. Cervical part drain into the deep cervical lymph node. Cervical lymph node. Thoracic part drain into the posterior mediastinal lymph node. And abdominal part drain into the left gastric lymph node. Gastric lymph node. So these are the lymphatic drainage of the different part of the esophagus. So there are three parts of the esophagus, and their lymphatic drainage, blood supply, and venous drainage. Some terms clinical aspect. Some term of the esophagus related to the clinical aspect of the esophagus, like esophagitis. That is due to the reflex action of the acid. Second one is the eclasia cardia. It is occurred due to failure of the relaxation of the lower part of the esophagus. Okay. Other one is the tracheoesophageal fistula, tumor of the esophagus, etc. So these are the clinical terms related to the esophagus. You will study in about this topic, these terms in gross anatomy of the esophagus. But mainly we have to focus on the histology of the esophagus. Okay. Now come to the histology of esophagus. Similar to the structure of the GIT, esophagus has also four pores. Similarly, like mucosa, some mucosa, muscularis externa, and adventitia. Here I use the term adventitia because esophagus, cervical and thoracic part of the esophagus is not covered by the peritoneum. So I use the adventitia. Only abdominal part, that is 1 centimeter long, is covered by the peritoneum. So in abdominal part of the esophagus, we use the serosal tongue for outermost food. Okay. I draw a diagram of the esophagus and explain each part of the each coat of the esophagus. Diagram is visible. Okay. These three layers. That is, this one is the lining epithelium. Lining epithelium. This is the lamina propria, and this one is the muscularis mucosa. So this three layer is mucosa of esophagus. Here, the lining epithelium is the stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. You should note down the lining epithelium of the esophagus is the stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium, whereas in the other part of the GIT, lining epithelium is the simple column. Okay, so lining epithelium has a multi-layer stratified layer, and it consists of the squamous cells. This one is the nucleus of the squamous cell. Okay, so this layer is lining epithelium, and orchard to the lining epithelium is the lamina propria, and third layer of the mucosa is the muscularis mucosa. Single layer of the muscularis mucosa, that is the longitudinal layer present. In other parts of the GIT, muscularis mucosa has the two layers. Inner one is the circular and outer one is the longitudinal. But in case of the esophagus, smooth muscles arranged in single layer, and that is the longitudinal layer of the muscularis mucosa. Now come to the submucosa. This one is the submucosa. Here I use different color, but in slide you find only pink or violet color and blue color in slides. Here I use different color, yellow color for submucosa. Submucosa contain gland. That is the oesophageal gland proper. Oesophageal gland proper. So in the submucosa, and it contains gland, blood vessel, nerve, and lymph node, lymphatics. Submucosa consists of the loose connective tissue. Okay, and in case of the esophagus, that gland is known as the esophageal gland proper. And the third layer of the esophagus is the muscularis externa, which is divided into two layers. Inner one is the circular layer. Inner one is the circular layer. And outer one is the longitudinal layer. So muscularis externa has the two layer. Inner one is the circular layer, and outer one is the longitudinal layer. In different, according to the esophagus divided in three parts: upper 1/3, middle 1/3, and the lower 1/3. And in different part, different muscle fibers are present. In the upper 1/3, skeletal muscle fibers present in the muscularis externa. And that muscle fiber arranged into the inner circular and outer longitudinal. Okay. In middle 1/3 of the esophagus, you should find both skeletal muscles and smooth muscle. And in lower 1/3, of the esophagus, smooth muscle fiber present. So, in case of the muscularis externa of the esophagus, you will find either skeletal muscles or fiber or smooth muscle fiber or both, depending on the region of the esophagus. Okay, if you got slide of the upper esophagus, then you will find skeletal muscle fiber or mixture of the skeletal muscle fiber and a smooth muscle fiber. Okay, in lowermost, if you got the slide of the lowermost esophagus, then you will find smooth muscle fiber in muscularis externa layer. Okay, and the last layer of the esophagus is muscularis. Last one is the adventitia or serosa. So in cervical or thoracic part of the esophagus, you got loose connective tissue in place of the fourth layer, loose connective tissue, which is not covered by the peritoneum. So we use the term adventitia for the fourth layer of the esophagus. Okay, but in case of the, if you got the abdominal part of the esophagus, then there you should write down the term serosa for the fourth layer of the esophagus. Okay, so some points by which you can differentiate the slide of esophagus from the other slide of the GIT. Okay, first of all, if the structure is the tubular, that means it's that slide belongs to the GIT or artery or vein. Okay, but if you got four ports of the wall of the four port of the wall of that structure, that is the inner one is the mucosa, then submucosa, then muscularis externa, and the serosa adventitia, then that slide belongs to the GIT. Now, how can you identify that this slide is of the esophagus or not? Okay, for that, first of all, you have to find the tubular structure. Okay, lumen is the wavy or irregular lumen, and uh, wall of the that structure has a four pole. So it is the slide of GIT. Now for esophagus, you have to look for the lining epithelium of the that slide. If lining epithelium has the simple columnar cell, that means it is a slide of the other part of the GIT other than esophagus. For esophagus, lining epithelium is stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. So हमें क्या देखना होगा? We have to look for the lining epithelium. Okay, done. Second point is for the slide of the esophagus, muscularis mucosa, which consists of the smooth muscle fiber. Okay, muscularis mucosa consists of the smooth muscle fiber and arranged in single layer, that is the longitudinal layer. For circular layer, if we get the transverse section of the slide, the full circular layer structure is like that. But in case of the longitudinal layer, you got the irregular layer of the muscularis mucosa. So for the esophagus, second point is the muscularis mucosa has single layer, that is the longitudinal layer. Third one is the submucosa is slightly thick and it's contain esophageal gland. Okay, esophageal gland. And fourth one is the in case of the muscularis externa, you got skeletal muscles fiber along with the smooth muscle fibers. But in other part of the GIT, you will find the smooth muscle fiber. Okay, so for esophagus, skeletal muscle fiber plus smooth muscle fiber both are present in most, because about abdominal part is only 1 centimeter. So serosa is present in the fourth layer. For fourth layer, serosa is present in abdominal part, but most of the part of the esophagus has the adventitia, that is devoid of the peritoneum. So we have 4 points. First, the lining epithelium. Second one is the longitudinal layer. Third one is the muscularis mucosa has the skeletal muscles also present, and muscularis externa has the skeletal muscle also present. And fourth one is the fourth layer, that is the fourth layer adventitia is present. That is peritoneum absent. And in other part like stomach, small intestine, large intestine, we use the term serosa mainly. Okay, but in case of the esophagus, we use the term adventitia. Okay, तो हमने क्या क्या जाना about esophagus, that is the esophagus के लिए हमें देखना है tubular structure. Okay, so these are the histological structure of the esophagus. Any confusion? If you have any confusion, then ask. If you have any confusion, you can ask. Today we will discuss about only the histology of the esophagus. Okay, and I discuss the general anatomy of the esophagus because the three parts of the esophagus has the importance because all the three parts has a different blood supply, different venous drainage, and a different lymphatic drainage. And that part is covered by the serosa or adventitia. So this is the about the esophagus. That's all. If you have any confusion, then ask. Am I audible? Okay. Any confusion? You can ask a question. So in next class, we will discuss about the histology of the stomach and the esophageal-gastric junction. Okay. So today the class is over. Thank you. Okay. 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 Bye. 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 Okay. You can left. Okay. Welcome.
रिकॉर्डिंग भी ऑटोमेटिक ले लेते हैं